Hey, this is Josh. This is my persuasive speech for week 8. I'm doing it on youth and technology and why it needs to be limited. Technology is evolving at a very rapid pace. Just think 15, 20 years ago, we were using flip phones, had big old bricks, speaking into bricks, and we were counting how many times we had to push the button to send out a text message or a single word. But have we considered how technology is positively and negatively affecting our youth and our kids in the world today? Plus, have we thought about how it's affected their development behaviors? Think about our social activity and how we communicate. Does it affect that in our youth? Just think 15, 20 years ago, how you used to communicate with your friends or your childhood besties in school or out on the playground compared to how they might today. Children today have a large amount of information at their fingertips. With the development of social media, people can connect with a large population very quickly and effortlessly. And it has allowed people to express their ideas, their opinions, their views, everything on a public platform and very rapidly and across the world. But with this new technology comes dangers as well. It makes you question whether our own youth or even our own kids are developmentally ready to navigate the internet or to explore these social media platforms and do it in a responsible manner, which I highly doubt most of our youth today is. A few of the negatives from growing online social medias and platforms are selfies. And you might ask yourself, why selfies? The use of selfies, it's easy. The use of selfies show an overall lack of our family boundaries, youth boundaries, and our privacy of our kids today. Facebook, for example, will allow you to put your location on a picture. Yeah, you can take this feature off, but not everybody knows, and it's hidden, and it's not always easily accessible to remove or block. But allowing this to happen, it puts a stamp of where you're at. They know your location. They know your environment you're in. Social media also gives them the ability to talk more, share their opinions more, their views more. And because of this, and because they're sitting behind a screen doing this, it increases the likelihood of many bad behaviors coming from this. One of them, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is becoming ever more prevalent on the social media platforms, and it leads to other bad behaviors, and whatever they learn on the internet, online, take offline. So those are just a few of the worries. But when you really think about the bigger and greater picture, there's a lot more to worry about than just bullying and other things like that. One of the big things that it allows them to be more susceptible to peer pressure and influence, negative or positive. But without regulation, most of the time it's negative. They have research, they show they know how to reach, they will reach your kid one way or another a lot easier than the people that are trying to put something positive out there and teach and learn your kid, something to your kid. But with all these worries, though, we're trying to figure out what's this mean? What's all this online negative influence? How does this affect your kid? Well, first start with, like I said just a little bit ago, anything online usually gets taken offline, such as bullying, forming of cliques, bad behavior. A big thing, another one now, sexual experimentation. Everything's out there. But so with this, we need to figure out how we can curb this behavior and encourage our youth to make better, educated choices. And to do this, we ourselves as adults need to educate and inform ourselves on how to navigate social media platforms and how to regulate our kids in a responsible manner and create a safe, open line of communication with our kids and online. And this is really hard because technology, like I said, is rapidly ever changing. So for us adults, it is super hard for us. My boy comes to me on a daily basis talking about an online programming thing that they do at school, and they go and access. It's online and internet, and it's super simple, but how they go online and where they go to get it confuses the heck out of me. I would not be able, and then on top of that, it's like a platform where they can communicate with other students and schools only. It's odd, but it just shows that our kids are more advanced than what we think and know technology better than what we probably do and give them credit. And we don't always know what they're looking at and what they're doing. So that's why we need to educate ourselves too and be a step ahead of them. Be responsible adults. But some more facts about this social media and the negative influence of youth is, they've been looking at between the ages of 12 and 18, kids log on to social media platforms a little over 10 different times throughout the day. And this leads to another worry with our technology and our youth, and that is internet addiction. And not only in our youth, but our own adults. We ourselves are rampant with internet addiction and social media addiction, which then passes down to our children, and which just leads to all sorts of problems. Communication is one of the big things. According to the DSM, internet addiction, like any other addiction, have to meet most, if not all, of these following criteria. So, internet addiction gets judged just as any other addiction in the medical field. Some of those criteria for addiction in any, for example, obsessive compulsive disorder, that same criteria applies to another. You have to have excessive use resulting in a lack of human drive. You have to have withdrawal resulting in anger and technology. That would be withdrawal from technology. It would increase anger then when there's not accessible technology. Tolerance is the other one. The need for better, like in technology, that would be if somebody is always wanting better technology and needs the latest and newest equipment and top of the line, whether he just bought a computer a week ago, there's a new one out today, he's got to get it. That's a sign of internet addiction. One of the criteria is negative repercussions. When they start showing negative repercussions from not having it, lying about stuff, arguing about it, poor achievement, fatigue, social isolation, stuff like that, that's all signs. Though these things affect our youth, we cannot just blame them personally and solely for it. We, the adults, also have to make sure that we do our part and create a balance and an understanding about social media platforms and about internet to our children.